Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. I'm at work, my friends, so this will be a short one. This will be, of course, this video will be about the Medvedev victory over Alexander Zverev earlier today. 6-4, 6-1 the score was. Daniil Medvedev, the super machine from Russia, the ball machine, the super solid player from the baseline who barely misses. He won his, I believe, fourth title this year, his second Master 1000 title this year. He won his first ever Master title, I believe, 2 months ago in Cincinnati, Canada. So now he's winning his second here in China, Shanghai. So big congratulations to Daniil Medvedev. Was this any surprise? Of course not. This was not any surprise. When Djokovic lost to Tsitsipas in the quarterfinals, because Djokovic was my #1 favorite, I immediately said that Medvedev will win this tournament now. And he's winning this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, without dropping any single set. Daniil Medvedev is sending a message, not only this tournament, he is sending a message now in 3 months, my friends, that he is here to stay. He is the big deal. He is probably the best tennis player in the world at the moment. He has played 9 ATP Tour finals this year so far. Nobody has played more finals than him in this 2019 season. He is winning his second Master 1000 title this season. The only player who has won two Master 1000 titles this season is Rafael Nadal. But he has not won any slam this year, so he is not the best player in the world when we look at the whole season. But he is the most in shape player in the world at the moment. No question about that. This just shows what a superior player Rafael Nadal is, who took him down in that US Open final. Man, you have to be impressed by Rafael Nadal, and that's why Rafael Nadal is so dangerous. I think on my latest video yesterday, I got a comment when one person, he wrote and he said like this: Rafael Nadal is taking good care of the next gens like Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, and TM, to some extent TM, if we can call TM next gen player. But Rafael Nadal is having trouble against Djokovic and Roger Federer. And Djokovic and Federer, is having troubles against the next gens like Tsitsipas, Medvedev, and Zverev. So this combination will be very, very interesting to see next year in the 2020 season. What will happen when these things how these matches will go along, when these players will face each other, how Djokovic and Federer will take the challenge against the next gens, how they will they succeed against next gens, or will they continue to lose like Djokovic is losing to Medvedev and Tsitsipas pretty often nowadays, and Federer as well, at least against Tsitsipas and against Zverev. But we know that Roger has never lost against Medvedev yet, but he will lose, mark my words, sooner or later, especially the way that Medvedev is playing. And then if Nadal will find any solution how to come through Djokovic and Federer, because he has not come through Djokovic and Federer in many years now. If we look at his matches outside clay, of course, because on clay we know that Rafael Nadal he has been taking good care about Djokovic and Federer on clay, but not so much outside clay. So this will be very, very interesting to see next year. And Medvedev, he is sending a message. He is definitely sending a message, guys. He is here to stay. He is the big deal. What makes Medvedev so special? What makes an athlete so special is the consistency. It doesn't make an athlete special when he wins one match here and one match there, like a player like Nick Kyrgios. We all know that Nick Kyrgios has a huge potential, but he doesn't have that consistency level. He can make a good run here, and he can be bad for 4 weeks. He can do a 1 week good here, and it can be a disaster for 2-3 weeks later. that, and the same thing with Tsitsipas, the same thing with Zverev. Zverev has done two great straight weeks now. He was in semifinals in Beijing, and now he was in final here in Shanghai, and he was stopped by the hottest player in the world at the moment, Daniel Medvedev. And Tsitsipas has shown some good results the last 2 weeks as well. He was in the final in Beijing, lost to team there, the champion team there, and he was in the semifinals here in Shanghai, lost to the champion Medvedev here. So no shame about Tsitsipas' results either the last 2 weeks, but they are not in the same league as Medvedev, at least not at the moment, because Medvedev, he is not invincible, but he's going like a machine. He's going like a beast. Like I said in my preview yesterday, even though that Zverev had a 4-0 lead in the head-to-head against Medvedev before this final today, you cannot, when you make a prediction, you cannot look only at the numbers, my friends, because some of my comments said, Zverev will win this match, will win this final. Yeah, Zverev could have won this final, absolutely. That would not be a surprise if Zverev would have won, but Zverev was the underdog in this final. He definitely was. Medvedev was the clear favorite. Even though that Medvedev was down 4-0 in the head-to-head, we all knew that Zverev will not defeat Medvedev in forever time. Of course he will not. He will get his first ever loss against Medvedev, and he got it today. Very expected one. Even though that Zverev, he had a couple of chances. He had, I believe, five or six breakpoint opportunities, but he only converted in one time, and so he was not very effective on breakpoint opportunities, and it was the totally opposite when it comes to Medvedev. Medvedev, I believe, had 6 breakpoint opportunities, and he converted 5 of them. So, and like we all know, in tennis, in sport in general, when you have your chances, you have to take them. If not, you will lose. Just ask Roger Federer. He knows bloody well about that. He has not been the player who has always taken his chances. Unfortunately, especially when it comes to converting match points. Unfortunately, he is the player who has lost most match points that I have ever seen. At least that I have ever seen. Maybe you guys can tell me if we have a player who has lost more matches than Federer after having match points. Federer has lost 22 matches. All right, enough about Federer. This video is not about Federer. This video is about Daniel Medvedev. This video is about the most consistent tennis player in the world at the moment. He is the most consistent tennis player in the world at the moment, because he has 6 straight ATP Tour finals. He has 9 ATP Tour finals in the whole year. But is he more consistent than Rafa Nadal in general? No, he isn't. Rafa Nadal is, to me, the most consistent tennis player of all time that we have ever seen. But just straight behind him, it is Daniel Medvedev. Daniel Medvedev will be the big deal, guys, next year. I believe that if we have the first player who will win a Grand Slam title, when it comes to these players, next gen, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Medvedev, TM, Rublev, I maybe have forgotten someone, it will be the first player who will do it. It will be Daniel Medvedev. I'm not sure. You can never be sure to predicting things like the future. You can never be sure to predict who will win the next Grand Slams. But my feeling, what I can see with my eyes, what my tennis brain is saying to me, it is Daniel Medvedev who will do it. Because what makes athlete huge, what makes athletes great is the consistency. To play good every single week. Of course, Daniel Medvedev will also lose. He cannot win all the matches for forever time. But he is making his opponents suffer. He is doing to his opponents what Rafa Nadal is doing. What makes Rafa Nadal so great? What makes Rafa Nadal so huge? Rafa Nadal never beats himself. Rafa Nadal never, literally speaking, beats himself. That's why I call Rafa Nadal the most consistent tennis player of all time. Because to beat Rafa Nadal, you have to do your match of your life. You have to do your match of your life. And we have seen in the past when Rafa has lost in tennis matches like against Del Potro, like Söderling, against Tsonga, against Fognini, against Federer, you name it. I maybe have forgotten Russell. I probably have forgotten someone. When they have beaten Rafa Nadal in those matches, in the Grand Slams, you know which years they have been. I don't even need to mention them. They have done the match of your life. And that's why Rafa has lost. That is not the case with Djokovic and Federer. To beat Djokovic and Federer, you don't need to do your match of your life. You can play average tennis, not maybe average, you can play only good, solid tennis, and you can beat them. Because Djokovic and Federer, they will help you on the way. Nadal will not help you on the way. And that's the case, that's the feeling I am getting with Medvedev nowadays. He doesn't beat himself. If he will lose, somebody will need to step it up and beat him, like Nadal did in that US Open final. Medvedev did one of his best matches of his life. Maybe not his best match of his life, for sure one of his best, but he lost anyway. Why? Because Rafa is a beast. And the same way, I get the feeling with Medvedev. Medvedev will lose. He lost to Kyrgios in that Washington final 2 months ago. But Kyrgios, he did one of his best matches of his life. He lost to Nadal in Rogers Cup. But Nadal, it's not a shame to lose a player like Nadal. We all know that. So what I want to say about Medvedev is that when Medvedev is losing nowadays, he's not losing by beating himself. He is so consistent. He is sending the message to his opponents. If I will be here from the first point to the last point. If you want to beat me, you have to beat me. I will not beat myself. So I get the impression from Medvedev nowadays, and I believe Medvedev will be the big deal, will be the real deal, and he is here to stay. I don't think this is of any fluke months. I don't think that he has have any 3 months of fluke. No, I think he's the big deal. I think that the next gen player who will win the Grand Slam, it will be Medvedev. I can be wrong, who knows? Will Medvedev do it next year? Maybe. I think that he can do it. I believe that he can do it, because Djokovic and Nadal, they are not super young anymore, and they will not win forever the Grand Slams. They will not, absolutely not. And Federer, he has won his last Grand Slam title, I believe. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.